recording. So everybody is in Fallcrest, and in Discord I did write the current date, which is October the 10th of 2011 RS.
Oh, wow. That would have been my one ex-girlfriend's 31st birthday, but that's
Ah,
beside the point.
so it has been a few weeks since most of these characters have done anything.
Yep.
I believe it looks like the caravan got back on the 8th, but it would have been around the 23rd of September when 22nd, 23rd when you went on the tower, the ruined tower on the island. So everybody, I think that would give everybody a chance to completely heal, no matter what you. Well, maybe not. Nobody here though was from the caravan, correct? These are all different.
Nope.
Okay, so yes, you had been on the caravan. That might have been something different, but I think most, if not everybody, had healed. Everybody's healed. Everybody should have full magic points, ISP, etc.
Yeah, let me. Yep. Okay.
I'm looking for Gon or when the last time he did anything.
It's been a while.
Yes. Okay. So 13th of September was the last time you really did anything. So that is almost a full month.
Oh, wow.
'26. So you had 26 days to do what we talked about. So that might have gotten
Yep.
you done completely.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. I went up to day 17.
Okay. So yes. You have all of that done. Okay, so at least one of you, if not multiple ones, you had been looking around the Blue Moon Ale House, and some of you had already talked to Alor, but other ones had not. So during that time, you did trying to determine which of these missing people you might look for. The promise of different types of rewards, both monetary, mystical, knowledge, etc., are available. So you decided that going to Thunderspire Mountain would be the first group that you would look for, because let's shift over to the Nentir Vale map. Activate that, and it should move you all over. You're here in Fallcrest, and Thunderspire Mountain is there. So there is probably the most stable trade route currently is the one from Fallcrest to Thunderspire Mountain. So you have talked to Alar, and the people that he believes that are in Thunderspire Mountain, and I might just type this to give everybody list.
I checked and made sure there were no mousies on your floor. I'm on the floor over here. Thank you.
The boys have been working hard, Joe.
Oh. Okay. Catching actual mousies?
Yep. Two of
Nice.
them.
Cool.
They left one for me by my desk, and they left one for my mom underneath the ironing board.
Good kitty cats.
She doesn't like finding dead mousies, though.
Oh, it's better than finding live ones.
She had a mouse in her kitchen, and she was actively feeding it.
Oh. Gotcha.
Of course, she uses the boys, especially Mau, as an excuse not to do some of the laundry.
Ah.
He likes to climb up on the ironing board, and she claims that she can't get him off, and so she can't iron.
Okay.
Which is partially true, because if she tries to scoot him off the ironing board, he swats at her.
Yeah. He hasn't gotten any less grumpy, has he?
Yes and no. He's a good boy. He loves me.
Yes.
I can't sit down and watch TV without him curling up in my lap.
Aw.
As soon as I sit on the sofa, he's up there laying on my leg.
Yeah. I have a couple cats like that.
And he just jumped up on the computer and wants a couple of pets and a headbutt.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I wrote all of the people whose last whereabouts were supposed to be in Thunderspire.
Oh,
Chat.
we've got a ton of them.
No.
So there's 6 of them. Alar also says that in Thunderspire there is a couple of the provisioners in Fallcrest also have chapter houses within Thunderspire. So the Half Moon Trading House, which in Fallcrest is ran by Silarund Half Moon, which is a male Gelfkin. There is the Half Moon Inn located in Thunderspire. And then House Azair also has a chapter house in Thunderspire as well. So there are, like I said, this is kind of the most stable trading is between Fallcrest and Thunderspire, which is kind of a lone mountain sticking up out of the middle of some rolling hills. If anybody wishes to buy provisions before going, go ahead and just use prices within the book.
So is that the common morning meal, midday meal, and evening meal? I was looking for that. Or is there a trail?
Let's see.
So I imagine it's going to be cold.
Middle October, so
With us going in
You're,
We're
at
going
least to
up
me,
to the mountain, right?
you're
Is
breaking.
Thunderspire?
It's within the mountain, not on the mountain. It's inside.
Oh, okay. I've changed locations today, so yeah, I might be breaking up a little bit.
Yeah,
Roughly how
that
long
would be
is
the common morning, midday, and evening, multiplied by size, or that would be like the to get the. I think I did is no that's services. Sorry, looking for actual.
Oh, the
Food.
travel food.
Well, just
Jeez.
food.
Food for travel.
Oh, I found it.
Yeah, 1 gold per pound. Well, 1 solid is per pound. Yeah.
Yeah, the meals are for like if you get them at a tavern or an inn or something like that. Okay, yeah, beverages, meal for the road.
Where's the thing that says how much you need based on size?
That is a couple of pages down on page 76. Or maybe it's around there. How is that was a different size. 78 under hunger and thirst.
Okay. Okay. Kobolds are small, I assume. So
Yes, they're small.
3 pounds of. So I've got 10 days worth of food. Then.
Is it about 2 days or 3 days to get there, roughly?
You think it'd probably be about 3 days.
Huh. How much is like a donkey? Because I don't know that I can. Let's see. Oh, I can't afford one of them. I can't carry how much food I need to eat. I don't think.
If only we had some kind of someone who could carry stuff, like if we had a pack mule or something, or maybe like a giant paladin who's super strong.
I can carry food for you.
Alright, because I can barely carry me.
Yeah, depending on what you need and what your character can carry versus what you can lift, that could make you encumbered.
Yep. Let's see. Oh.
Where would we see the carry weights?
On the combat tab where it says carry pounds and lift pounds.
Mau?
You can carry up to your carry pounds without being encumbered between that and the lift pounds, you're encumbered and you can't carry higher than what you.
Okay.
No problem. I can set.
But like I said, in Thunderspire there are places. There's trade, so
Oh
Uh-huh.
yeah, I was talking about a one-way trip on food, so hopefully there is.
We've roughed it for longer.
Hey, Lehman,
yes.
I'm currently listed as wounded.
Then I said everybody's been healed, so not one.
Okay,
Too
there.
bad you're such a wimp.
I'm not carrying much of a load, so I can carry a bunch of extra rations and stuff for people.
Well, if you can carry it, I need you to carry 20 pounds for me because I don't think I can carry it. Well, sorry, I know I can't carry it.
It should not be a problem.
Hmm. Um, let's see. I just thought of something. Could I actually get a weapon? Actually, armor. What sort of armor? Okay. When let's see. I have soft leather. Um, you know, am I wearing soft leather? Let me double check. I don't remember what armor I'm wearing. No, I've got reinforced leather. Okay. So that's probably the best I can wear. Yeah.
Well, there is no oh, what do I want to say? There's
Well,
no armor restriction. It's just that depending on
it's
what you are, you might have
yeah,
negatives.
yeah, it's the best I can wear without negatives. So, yeah. Yeah. But uh,
So is everybody ready?
hmm
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Give me just 2 more minutes.
That was in or out of character. It might be both.
Who for me?
Yeah.
What was the
You said
Out of
give me
character.
2 minutes, so I didn't know what that meant.
Oh, like 2 more minutes before like I'm ready.
what
That I'm filling out.
what
Okay, I'm
page
done.
was the food requirement on?
78.
78. Yeah.
Okay.
I may not be looking for those stuff today for in there. Whole thing. Okay. Close out my Palladium and see what the most recent one was.
Most recent PDF should have about 156 pages. What mine's showing. $428. Does everybody?
Whoops. I guess I do need more food. It's like 50 pounds. Quite a bit.
Yeah, the very, very large needs 15 pounds of food per day.
Mm-hmm.
6.5 gallons of water.
Oh, wow.
Not a problem.
Yep. Oh. Actually, I think I am going to pick up a couple more water skins, since those might be useful.
I didn't know it, but apparently 5th edition D&D has like a gallon of water and 1 pound of food a day.
Wow.
Which
1
seems,
gallon and 1 pound.
like a pound just seems very, very little. When you, I mean, if you're, like modern day where you can pack in and people actually understand nutrients, I can somewhat understand that you can survive off of it, but you're probably still hungry,
Yeah.
and having problems because you're just thinking about food, but not dying.
Yeah.
My hunger and thirst rules are more of this is what you eat before you start having negatives just because you're hungry, not necessarily death, just not thinking about being
Yeah.
hungry in the middle of combat or something. Hunger
Yeah.
pains. But that just seemed like, and I guess they don't care, if you're a halfling or a Goliath. It's all just 1 pound.
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah.
I
Hey,
did.
Lee,
Yes.
I bought 4 pounds of raw iron.
Okay.
Those are my travel rations.
Right.
Wow.
Well, if everybody is thinking that they are provisioned enough, then you can gather together and head out of Fallcrest. This might be the very first time your characters have gone east. Any character out of Fallcrest. Normally, you've been doing everything to the west. You or your characters are new and have just lived in Fallcrest, but haven't actually traveled outside of it. But I think, except for Solus, everybody just came from the east, or sorry, the west. You head out from what is known as the Wizard's Gate. It's only known as the Wizard's Gate because it is close to. It's like the most direct route to get to the Wizard Tower within Fallcrest, but it's not actually a Wizard Tower itself or anything. It has the same kind of makeup as the gate that's on the west side that are guarded by about 5 guards with a sergeant in charge. The sergeant is a gruff-looking dwarf, kind of looks pretty old even for a dwarf. And they let you leave without any problem, and then you travel along the trade road. After probably about half a day, the road splits, with the trade road continuing northeast and the King's Road going more south. Eventually, it will also head east. But you come to that fork and continue to travel. You get probably about here by the end of the day.
Do we pass any other caravans? Any other travelers?
No, it's pretty calm and quiet. It's not like the whole Vale is not this like bustling place. It's there might be a caravan once every month or 2 months, and possibly not at all during winter time with snows and stuff. So it's more infrequent than like bustling commerce is not really a thing.
And no other travelers?
No, people kind of at the beginning, outside of the Fall Crest, you would have noticed, farms, people
Right.
tending to crops, especially with the weird weather. People are trying to salvage what they could when the early winter came, and then when it kind of went spring, summer, fall within the course of a month, people, were trying to get some small, kind of stunted crops, I guess you could say, things that would be able to grow quickly, and
Right.
but they might be small and stuff like that. So basically, that's the type of activity you're seeing, but nothing like armed soldiers or anything along those lines, or bandits really haven't really done a lot between Fallcrest and Thunderspire. So the first night falls.
Should we set up watches?
Yep. Yeah. I can take second watch or third watch. Yeah.
I don't care which one I'm on.
So with Colmane's intelligence, you're able to do some charade-like things to get basic points across, like holding up the number of fingers for the watch that you're on.
Intelligence quotient?
I can talk to him too.
Oh,
My-
okay.
My intelligence quotient is 13.
Yeah, like I said, you're intelligent enough to do that.
But we've communicated before. I speak the Dwarven, I think both Dwarven languages, or if not one, and then I also speak Marathi.
Okay. So you go ahead and take off a day's worth of rations.
Okay.
So Solus is a little less than weighted down.
No, Colmane's a little less weighted.
I thought you might take the food off that you were carrying yourself, or unless you gave it all to him.
Oh, he's carrying all of my food. I have a strength of 4. Literally, I can barely walk.
I might have to carry him.
It's still 40 pounds of
Right. it is.
armor,
But it's my
armor,
other
weapons, and food. So
yeah, it's my other gear. I don't have a lot of it, but it does eat up part of that 40 pounds.
so the night seems to pass uneventfully, and the next day you get farther from Fallcrest, so the farmland kind of goes into high, tall grasslands, somewhat flat, but more lazy. You know, not necessarily hills, but ups and downs. You know, that type of environment. No real trees or anything around the area, and then you come to a fork in the road here, and from various maps you might have seen or talking with people, there is a less not necessarily cobblestone, but just a trail that forks northward to the area of the Vale that was basically fell and has not been reclaimed. But you continue westward along, or sorry, eastward. I keep mixing up my directions. Eastward towards Thunderspire. And you get probably around here by the end of the second day. Again, nothing really uneventful, very different from when you traveled in the west with lots of the bandits and things like that. So you set up watch again, and you can take off another day of rations. And the evening goes kind of uneventfully. In the morning, you head out again, and you can start seeing Thunderspire coming into view. It is a very tall mountain. Trying to see you. Most of you had went and over by Lake Wintermist, the mountains on the west side, the Cairngorm Peaks, and this Thunderspire is like a lone one of them. So it's about as tall, but it is a single mountain spire. You
Lonely Mountain.
you go and you right about here a path turns towards the mountain, and that is where going into Thunderspire is. And they kept it kind of flat, so you are in kind of a plains-ish area, and when you get there, there's starting to be where the mountain has been worked, and the path is starting to cut into the base of the mountain. And as you get closer, you know, the walls keep getting higher and higher as it's maintaining a somewhat level base. And you get about halfway from where that path started to the actually inside of the mountain, and you notice very large, like 30-foot tall, broken statues of what appear, they have like like one would have an arm broke off, the other one might have a leg broke off, but they look to be statues of minotaurs.
Yeah.
If anybody has like a history, you can make a history roll.
Oh boy.
I have to step AFK just a second.
Closest thing I have would be area knowledge for Vale area.
This
Don't
would be
think that-
more of a history roll.
Intelligence gather.
No, there's actually a history skill.
Yep.
So
Nope, I
Gon's
don't know history, but I think Bob remembers who the Minotaurs were in the 4th edition game.
the Gonsdor, the Minotaurs at one point had a underground, guess you could call it if you wanted a kingdom, and it at some point perished, and that is kind of where
Oh,
the new Thunderspire is built upon that.
oh, okay.
It was a few centuries
So
ago,
Minotaurs. How many centuries?
probably 3 to 4 centuries ago.
Okay.
Solus,
So I repeat that to everybody.
yeah, you were kind of like you. It was like on the tip of your tongue, and then once Gonsdor said it, you're like, oh yes, that's right. I think he had stepped out, but you go further, and finally you go inside the mountain. The sky is no longer visible, and along this path, about every 100 feet or so, there is or what was, because some of them are missing, and they alternate between right and left side of the tunnel, as you call it, a path, a road, are basically lanterns built into the wall, and some of them, like I said, are giving off a light. Other ones have gone dark. Either somebody has tried to rip them off or damage them in some way. So it is sporadic, but in the areas where they actually are two without a break, they seem to not quite, but almost. The light from them touch each other and overlap, but they don't quite do so. And you continue for quite a while, probably at least a fourth to a half of the mile. There are a couple of kind of switchbacks as you actually start heading down into the mountain. So you're not going on the inside up into the mountain, you're going down below the mountain. And this area is the road is quite big. It is about 30 feet wide and 30 feet tall. And there are, you notice once it starts doing the switchback, so that you can go further down, deeper into the mountain. You notice that there are statues, but instead of the like giant Minotaur statues, there are about 10-foot tall statues that look like various demons or devils, something like that. Very unsettling. Travel a bit further, it starts getting, you probably from the last time that you saw sunlight, probably very close to when you would be stopping to camp for the night, when you see a light up ahead. And now that now that I know what characters are here, give me about 5 minutes to get characters set up. So if anybody needs to take a quick break or something, that is fine.
Alrighty.
Hey, I'm back. Okay, I'll take my break now.
All right.
Okay. Time for a refresh on my tea. Right.
So Jason, are you still here or not?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Do you see up at the top 7-pillared hall as a choice?
I see it.
Well, Jason's the only one I care about because everybody else looks like they're on this page, but Jason over. Fine.
No.
Can you try?
Where should I be?
You should be.
Vale?
No, you should be 7-pillared hall.
It's one of the tabs right next to the Nentir Vale. It's to the right of it.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Can you maybe F5 refresh?
Refresh. Yep.
kind of disappeared.
Refreshing. Might take a little bit.
Everybody else should kind of perhaps see where they are. Not quite the upper, but upper left of the map.
Which is,
Are you having trouble getting to a loading screen, or
yeah, it's.
this actually might
I might.
take a while because there's a lot of stuff going on this map.
Okay. Let me go upstairs to see if I can get a better connection.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. It's loading now.
Okay. It just might have taken like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on, so your computer, depending on the connection, might take a while to load up.
Yeah, I'm in the basement, so it's a bad connection down here. There we go.
So
Oh, that looks cool.
up ahead, you see a the road known with your role. You would know that this was called the Road of Lanterns, the path of lanterns, and then there's a slight turn up ahead, but then it opens up into a very large underground cavern type place that has definitely been worked to make it kind of look like a town. There's areas where very large stalagmites have been kind of cut so they're no longer at a point. They're kind of smoothed off, almost around table height to a troll or a minotaur or another very large species. So I think if everybody's there, you hopefully should be able to freely move your tokens around and enter into the 7-pillared hall.
Wow. Yeah, it's big.
Oh,
You
I
zoom
just
out
shrunk.
and you look like
Wow.
ants.
Yeah.
Yep.
As you enter the
Establishment.
hall. Okay, it looks like everybody's finally making their way in. From the ceiling, there seems to be emitting a crystals giving a blue glow, and they kind of blink in and out in a strange swirling pattern. And then as you go forward, you notice that all of the buildings, the ones that look like they're probably shops and taverns and inns and other uh, places of commerce, each of them have a sign outside, like you would have a sign saying what it is, or a picture probably. They all themselves give off a different color. That some are purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, and it just kind of gives off this strange light. The other thing that is kind of catches your attention is the light seems to travel further than what you would expect. So if you look straight south of where you are, there is kind of a bonfire in the middle of an kind of an open aired, however open air inside of a mountain be, but a market, selling fruits, vegetables, meats, things like that. There is a large bonfire in the middle of it, and the light from that goes a lot further than what you would expect. So the two wizards in the party will definitely sense there's some mystical enhancements for light spells going on within this cavern.
Interesting.
There's something funky going on here.
So, like,
I wonder if
directly in front of you is a place. There are, like, right around here, around the corner, you see what is obviously some type of clerk being escorted by a large ogre, and he kind of walks over to your group. Has kind of been somewhat close together, so you kind of spread out to give yourself some personal space. But he kind of like walks over and he kind of looks you over, and he looks back at the ogre, and he said, he says, "Oh, they're not merchants." And he's like, "Welcome to the seven pillared hall." Just he looks at most of you are carrying arms and armor, and he's just like, just keep your tempers in check and things will be fine. Him and the ogre turn around and head back around the custom house.
Is that this building?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
So I wonder if it's the crystals that make the light go farther. It's very intriguing. I'd like to cast daylight on one sooner or later to see what that does.
That would be fun.
Jeez. Warn me beforehand so I can cover my eyes, close my eyes, get inside a convenient building or something so I'm not blinded.
Well, I've run into a lot of people in this. A lot of people I've traveled with lately have had issues with sight. They can't see as far in the dark, so I mean, being able to extend that daylight would be intriguing.
Yeah.
So, missing persons case that is months old. Let's see. I guess we look for a tavern.
Yeah, that would be my first thought.
I just read your. I went back to chat and read your message.
Yeah. Yeah.
So south.
And this area of the cavern is pretty flat, so you were doing a descent for quite a long time, but once you entered the hall, it is kind of a flat, not exactly level, but pretty darn close.
Like the cavern.
Ooh, purple. So are the crystals over here a different color, or is just the light?
It's the signs. The signs are emitting their own light.
Gotcha.
So, like, the purple that you saw is coming from that sign there.
Yeah.
So I wonder if the merchants here then try to find hues that combat with their competitors. That would be intriguing too.
So everybody kind of just is overwhelmed by the lights and the largeness of this cavern after, for probably a couple of hours traveling, in a 30 by 30 path,
Indeed.
and then it
One
just
could even say I
opens up.
viva this place.
Yeah. Wow. This place is freaking huge.
Lots of doors.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can totally get lost in here. This is so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, seeing some sort of temple.
I had fun setting this map up.
And there's a statue with boobies. Perhaps we should go in here.
Where's that?
Yeah. Where is here?
I believe it's probably uncouth for us to just be yelling about this place.
You're like, yeah, the people are walking by, and you're like, hey, Cassius, boobies over here!
Like,
What is
tourists.
it with you mammals?
Maybe we should start on one side and just work our way around.
Well, they've already
So
been drawn
yeah,
to the boobies.
this looks like a temple
Mm-hmm.
with a statue, and there's a offering at the base of the statue. Do you have I think it's religious studies is the name of the skill?
Where's here?
Go south.
It's on the western side of the
Yeah,
map.
Go south.
Yeah.
What is this?
There to the
No history or religion here, aside from heraldry, but I suspect that that's not going to work here.
Yeah. Yeah. None of my skills seem appropriate. I mean,
No, go away.
oh gee, you don't have to talk to me like that.
So I went. So I went across the bridge.
So God's door just like left everybody behind.
Yeah, I don't know where the bridge is.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Is this just
you
I was
you
trying to keep
see
everybody in sight.
another very large, like 30-foot tall, or actually it's probably bigger than that. Let me look at the measuring.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Yeah, it's like 50-foot tall, 40 feet across Minotaur statue. And there is like a mystical, some type of circle that you are not familiar with. It's
Yeah.
been worn out by age, so you wouldn't be able to know what it did in the center of that area. Probably important at some point in time.
Uh-huh.
John Store, maybe we should stick together in a place this large. I found the bridge, but it was not easy. The others are looking at boobies. Would you like to go look at boobies with them?
I'm looking at this Minotaur statue and this old circle.
Just from what you know in Fallcrest, you think that this is probably a shrine, a temple to Phenia, the goddess of like life, hearth, home, that type of deity.
Well, you want to go back?
Well, I think that if we don't, they will run off. But then you ran off, so I don't know what is. At this point, I don't know if I have been considered runoff or what. I just know that I would like.
Oh, this is typical for me.
Well, I don't. From what I saw the last time I went out, I don't wish to be hit by anything.
Well, we really haven't met before, have we?
Nope. I did see Sir Emery before. This is my second meeting with him.
Sir Emery, yes.
Soulless. I am a fledgling wizard.
Ooh, wizard.
Fledgling.
Fledgling.
I don't do much yet. I'm actually on this quest because perhaps I can learn mystic knowledge and be less of a fledgling.
Wow. Sir Emery, it's another fledgling wizard. That means we get aura effects right on top of the people we're trying to fight, right?
Yep.
In my experience, yes, that is exactly what happens.
Except that did not happen when you fought with me, Sir Emery.
No, it's this gentleman has been quite good at this.
Oh, good.
Oh, I see a bath down there.
Oh, can we get some?
Well, we have been walking for several days. Perhaps we should take a bath.
So we should meet at the market. So
is this the market perhaps down here?
This not
yes.
Open air area.
Yep.
This what?
The unopen air market.
Yeah, the not so open air market. Yeah.
The place with the big fire.
You're right.
Yeah, and all the food.
Yeah, and that's where
All
you
the
would be
food.
able to buy provisions to get back if you did not have enough.
Who needs food?
Oh, I've got plenty of provisions to get back. It's just fresh food might be a little bit better than trail rations.
So, is there? I don't see them, but I'm assuming there's vendors.
Yes. I just didn't feel like populating
And that's
everything. Fine. So yes, it's not you're not here alone. As you're exploring and separating and getting back together, there are people walking around as well. It's definitely not an empty place. It's not as populated as Fallcrest, but there are enough people living here that it's much larger than Winter Haven, but probably the same amount of people.
So I will go up to the stall of the apparently fish merchant. Maybe? I don't know. Something like that. And I will try to be charming and impressive. Just to put things in a good light, I guess. Of course, I'm not.
Your tail twitches too much.
Apparently, but that just means that I don't look favorably. All right. Excuse me. If we were looking for some individuals that came through here, where exactly is the inn at?
The merchant kind of looks sad that you're not buying anything. Can you see my ruler?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That building right over there.
Yep.
What's he selling?
Fish.
A
strange eyeless fish.
That is truly remarkable and creepy, sir, and I shall buy a fish from you. I buy a pound of fish, I guess.
Okay.
Is it the same?
You bought a fish.
Is it the same price as a pound of food?
I'm trying to remember if I kept all of Palladium's very detailed.
Today's fish is trout a la creme. Enjoy your meal. Fish. Today's fish is trout a la creme. Enjoy your meal. Fish. Today's fish is trout a la creme. Enjoy your meal. Fish. Today's fish is trout a la creme.
Actually, if he has dried fish that could be used for travel, I would buy that.
Okay. That would just be part of that pound of food for
I'll go that route.
travel.
So I do make a purchase so that he doesn't lose out.
It looks like I might have actually cut out all the Palladium had super detailed food buying. This is what a lamb costs. This is what a pig costs. What this costs.
So, gentlemen, it looks like the inn is right over this way.
Okay.
I point in this general direction.
So I go over by the fire.
Okay.
First.
Mm-hmm.
Is it producing heat?
Yes.
Like a normal fire would? Okay.
Yes, it is.
Someone's cooking a stew on it, so I should hope it's producing heat.
Although it's not like a log fire, there's some other type of vegetation being burned.
Oh.
Because, you are underground, so it's not like there's trees.
Yeah.
But apparently there's enough stuff. Actually, this large thing is like a tarp over the top of that material. So it's like as if the fire would kind of die down. This is where they would get the fuel for it.
Is it kind of like peat, or
it would possibly be that, or some type of moss, or other type of thick, dense, so it doesn't need a lot, but it will burn for a decent amount. And again, just the light produced is a lot more than if this would be burned outside of the 7-pillared hall.
All right.
And within that area, you do notice with the fire going, the blueness from the crystals on the ceiling of the cavern are a lot less.
Interesting. Oh. Shall we go to the inn so we can verbally harass, interrogate,
I'm
ask
trying to
questions?
determine if these are windows or doors.
There's a bathtub over there.
I know. It's like I don't think that's how we climb in.
Speak for yourself.
Excuse me, pardon me.
Ah, there we go. Door.
Or today's door is door a la creme. Enjoy your meal.
So
Alright.
you go
wow.
in to this area, and yes, there are lots of places. There's various species here. You see what appear to be a lot of, or not necessarily a lot, just in general of exploring the seven-pillared hall. There are tieflings, dwarves.
So hold on, Colmaine, you do not have the run of this place. This is an establishment of business. You don't go in the back rooms. I realize you've been frozen in ice for many years, but you don't just walk into their back rooms.
You're like, oh, kitchen. I'll help myself.
Sorry. I was watching Peter zoom all over the place. I was like, we're about to get kicked out.
Dancing on the table now, apparently.
Yep.
Wow.
Forgive him. He's had too much to drink.
Hey, does he even drink?
Yeah.
We can pretend.
But more of the the subterranean species, dwarves, kobolds. You notice tiefling or toofling, sorry. Copyrighted trademark term.
All right. You're like a little pinball there, Counselor.
I was trying my spacebar movement out.
Oh yeah.
Ah.
So yeah, I will try to talk to the proprietor.
So
The party that went missing in this area, do we know roughly how long ago it was?
Yes. The last time they were in Fallcrest, in my note, was July 22nd.
Oh.
Of this year?
Yes.
Okay.
Of 2011.
Yep. So that would have been a few months back.
4 months ago?
Not.
September, October, a little less than 3 months.
Yep. So
Oh, sorry. I was thinking.
the trail's cold, but it's not
Frozen.
So yeah, I'd like
Yeah.
to talk to the proprietor and say, "Excuse me, we're looking for some companions that may have come through here. I don't know if they've stopped into this inn or not, but it's such a fine establishment. I don't know why they wouldn't have. I'll try to be charming again. I got it. I might as well roll it. Woo.
The proprietor, this actually is the Half Moon Inn. Era Half Moon is a female Gelfkin, and she is like many people travel this way, both to reach the outside world as well as to go deeper into the under the mountain. Could you be more specific on those who you were looking for?
Yeah, they would have made an unusual gathering of individuals, I think, similar to our party. There were 7 of them, to my knowledge. There was a. So, do we know their genders?
I believe.
Everybody except for Pippi would be male.
Okay, because I wasn't sure with that dwarf name. It was it's a dwarven fighter type, I guess. He'd be wearing armor. There was 2 Sorens, one dressed as a fighter, one dressed as more scholarly, I would think. Crystalline scholar, a little kobold, not sure that and probably a scout, yeah, a kobold scout, an elf fighter, and they had a Gelfkin entertainer named Pippi traveling with them. But I do give all their names afterward.
So, some of them stopped here. Actually, they, the ones that I know of actually rescued my nephew.
Oh, that is excellent that they were able to help you.
They were here.
So we've come from dang it, I got them mixed up. Fallcrest.
Allcrest, yes.
Okay.
Falkrest, yep.
I keep
That is
wanting to
not
say
where we came from.
I keep wanting to say Winterhaven. There are they're thought of as heroes, and somebody has put out a request to see if we could find them, maybe to call them to for aid.
She says the last time she saw them was the end of July, around right before August.
Okay. Do you know if
And they went out into the labyrinth and did not return. Unfortunately, that sometimes happens.
Oh, very dangerous down there, isn't it?
Labyrinth. Okay.
Little Pippi.
So,
But
do you mind?
she knew Rogar, Pippi, Karath, Grubble, and Gorath. Does not know of Esha, Grebnekim.
Okay. They went into the labyrinth and disappeared. Lovely. Suppose that means we shall have to follow them, except for the disappearing part.
Well, thank you so very much for the information. How much
Would you
is it?
be needing a room or rooms?
That's what I was just about to inquire. Is what the cost to stay would be. I mean, we've been sleeping on the roadside for a couple of days now, so I would not mind a bed for sure.
They have she has 2 rooms available, and they would be each 5 solidi a night.
And this is the one where 4 people sleep in it, or 3 people?
Yeah.
So 4 people in a bed.
I don't need a bed.
Well, whether you need a bed or
Cool.
not, you need a room. So we pay to stay is what
Okay.
it really comes down
I'll do
to.
that.
It also gives us a safe place to put our things and that we don't need to carry while we're looking around town. So I will at least take a room.
Yeah.
So you will unlock that door.
Did you click on the door?
Yeah, I opened the door.
Oh, I see it.
Okay.
So you have a place where you can take a bath, sleep, put your thing in a chest.
Are all of us sharing one room?
What the cost?
The cost is, well, for Cassius, at least the cost is mostly irrelevant. But, oh,
Oh yeah, it's quite a large room.
Ah,
that
stop
is
it.
a big room.
Move. See if you can move your character with the arrow keys because you got caught in a door.
I am.
Or
Let me
highlight
zoom in a little bit more.
or do a box around it. And then use the arrow key.
Oh, okay, let me try that.
Or WASD, that works.
Keep slamming the door in itself.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Did you do that for me?
Nope.
Okay, I did it then. Ah,
So, like I said, it was getting around, however you would call night inside of a cavern, but you are quite weary from your travel. You wish to have the evening meal, and that would be a solidi,
Okay.
half for small, 4 times for very large.
Okay.
What's everybody?
They went into the room.
All right. Yep. I will pay my half solidi for my meal.
Lehman, can I absorb like normal food or whatever to fulfill my?
Nope. You would need some
I
type
need
of you need, metals or earth or that type of thing.
So
There
everybody,
back where the food and stuff, there are crystallines around here, so there would be, not a big variety, but there would
Right.
be some basic food for you as well. Cost, the same amount.
Okay.
so everybody also don't forget to take off a solidi for the room. Split evenly.
Okay.
Did so.
Well, I think I'll need my own room. It seems a bit crowded in there.
Okay. It's 5 solidi for a room. She had one
No
more.
problem.
There you go. And did you see me open the door, Bob?
Yep, I see it.
So there you go. And you will be able to rest for the evening. And you can wake up. The common morning meal is the same price as the evening meal. So if
Oh.
you can
Oh.
be served that if you want.
Oh, I just noticed the bath. Cassius is definitely interested in that. Between the chronic pain and the joint stiffness, yeah.
Yeah, and maybe there might be some bath salts or or something.
Yeah.
Might be able to get a bath bomb.
Yeah.
You want me to get out of the bathtub?
Yeah. Uh, yeah, I was just noticing the amenities and noticing the listing of Cassius's injuries, so yeah. Besides, a nice warm soak sounds like a good thing. Oh yeah. Oh, and morning meal, yeah, I will pay for that. Oh, actually, yeah, let me get that off. Yeah. All right.
So in the morning, after you eat, what do you wish to do?
I'd like to find out more about this labyrinth we're probably going to have to delve through.
Oh, yeah, we can talk to the proprietor maybe, see if she
Hmm.
can let us know who we should talk to about it.
Yep.
So
I'll go.
the labyrinth is everything outside of the seven-pillared hall,
Ah,
except for the road of lanterns, which takes you to the outside.
okay.
So like when there's those like I think it was Solus and Gonsdor, you might have seen like a passageway to the north and to the east. Both
Yep.
of those they go to the labyrinth, but they go to different areas, and there's lots of uh, large and small pathways and intersections and twists and turns. It was built by Minotaurs.
Oh, jeez. Yep.
Those crazy minotaurs. And they're labyrinths.
Yep.
Hey, Lehman,
Yes.
do any of the merchants out in the general area have any chalk or paint?
Not in that like the campfire area. That's pretty much purely food for
Food? Okay.
people.
Have
Yeah.
somebody ask the tavern keeper, where we could get some chalk or paint or even a hammer and chisel.
He would suggest probably the House Azair. They tend to sell provisions like a trading post.
Okay. I would like to go there and purchase some chalk and a hammer and a chisel.
So she says that it's just if you go out the door and keep going straight, it's just on the far end of the bridge. Don't cross the bridge, but it's on the other side of the bridge. Not over the water, but over on the other side of the bridge.
And that's the trading place?
The house is there, yes, the trading post.
Okay.
So if people want to go around and figure out stuff, feel free.
Yep. Oh. Let's see. I'm really not used to the scale of the map. I scroll out a bit so I can see more of the map, and that I notice the size my character is on the map.
Yeah,
Even with
it is like an ant even when you're scrolled in.
yeah, I mean, I'm right now the only reason I can see Cassius at all is that I have him highlighted.
Mhm. I just thought this might be a more interesting way than throwing a map like the Fall Crest map, because this is kind of a very unique environment.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had a phone call.
Curios and relics. Oh, the provisioner there. I need to find a door. That looks like a door. Okay.
So this is Dreskin the Provisioner, a quite portly human. He sells food stuff, and you notice that it's surface foods. So when he is kind of low on things again because of the winter ruined a couple of caravan worth of things. Food is 5 times what is in the book here
Wow.
because of
Gotcha.
the rarity of surface food stuff.
Okay.
Huh. So I can get 5 times my food if I sell him my surface food for other food.
Oh. All right.
So where is he?
Yeah. I went west to over the
We're in the
bridge.
house of a czar.
All right. He.
I want to cast a
So
spell.
House Azia.
I want to cast Sense Magic.
Oh, I
Uh,
wouldn't cast that here if I were you.
Yeah.
Magic everywhere.
Yes. All right. Interesting. I'm looking at his prices, and I'm really glad I've got a bunch of food.
So within the house, the Zir and by Noristo Azir, a young toifeling merchant. They he sells everything from wine, ale, leatherwork, woodworking things, as well as what would be listed as. Let me make sure I have writing instruments and others on page 72 in the book, which would be anything from abacus, chalk, crystal balls, engravers, scrolls, quills, all the not the basic adventuring stuff, but the things that, for the more fancier type things.
Oh, very good.
And yes, you do notice, like, right behind, the desk is a cut off stalactite right in the middle of the building.
All right.
So all of that would be book price.
Excuse me. When people are going into the labyrinth, do they actually come in and say buy lots of chalk or something to try to keep track of where they're going?
Some do, others don't need it.
Hmm. We're looking for some of our companions, and it was about the beginning of August, maybe late July, that they were said to have traveled through here and left into the labyrinth. And I describe the list to him. Do you recognize any of them?
Well, we get a lot of people tend to uh, cross through the seven pillared hall. It's very difficult to keep tabs on everybody. I
Right.
seem not to recall.
Oh, that's a shame because I might have been interested in some of the same supplies that they thought they needed to go into the labyrinth. And so, if you can't recall, I understand.
Good luck.
Good luck. I am the poorest person in this party. I can't afford bribes.
Ah,
Sir Emery was there to hear that.
Oh, as I walk past Sir Emery, by the way, when he said all those words, he was rubbing his fingers together. I just don't have anything to make his fingers not make a sad violin sound.
You need to borrow some money?
Well, the gentleman in there might have some information. I don't know what the value of it is. He's just going to only offer what he knows for a cost.
Well, I would have trouble speaking with him.
Well, I mean, if we have the finances for it, I would be happy to talk to him again.
Well, see what you can find out.
All right. How much do you wish for me to give to him? Did you give me coin?
I'll stand next to you with my purse.
Okay. I will tell the gentleman. My benefactor here, he's the one that was interested in the information about the gentleman we were speaking about earlier. But perhaps he has the remedy for the ages past. And I'll tap the purse so it jingles a little.
Okay. He kind of shrugs and I'm not quite sure what it might take to jog my memory.
I'll start out with a little pile of 10
Okay.
on the table.
Went to click my character and jumped to the wrong map. I will try to be charming. Why not? No, he's not buying it because he's like me.
He is a lot more used to this type of transaction.
Right.
After the pile gets to 50, he says, "Oh yes, yes. I distinctly remember them asking about certain wares that I do not provide myself, and they had went to Gendar, who runs Gendar's Curios and Relics. And that was the last place that they were in the Seven-Pillared Hall.
Well, I am so glad you remembered that. That is so helpful. Thank you.
I'll give him another 10.
Okay. And this is where you would be able to buy chalk or charcoal.
Okay.
12 sticks for 2 solidi.
I did so.
Okay.
So, I'll call back in. Which cardinal direction should I head in?
I'm not certain, but I just like to take a moment to say it's been a long time since I've gotten to hang around a shopping mall, and this is quite nice.
We're not
I think
just-
I know where the curio shop is.
It's across the
The
bridge,
bridge.
very close to the Minotaur
So
statue.
Emery, you do realize we're not just hanging out at the shopping plaza, right?
Of
We're
course.
He's looking for the arcade.
we're we're trying to find
No,
some individuals.
Has anybody seen the Orange Julius?
So you enter Gendar's Curios and Relics,
Oh,
and
curious.
you are met by a hawkish-looking elf who has just pitch black skin, white hair, and an eye patch, and staring at you with his good purple eye. Kind of gives you a grin and says, "Welcome to the Curios and Relics."
Well, thank you for the welcome. We are at first interested in possibly some information about some customers that stopped by here roughly 2 months ago. A little more, maybe. We have a message for them, and nobody's heard from them since they came here.
Yes. A pity the fate that befell them. They actually got a scepter for me that had been stolen.
Oh, I heard that they've helped out around this town.
Yeah.
Helped one of the proprietors of an inn to save their nephew, I believe.
Yes, but as it often goes with those who try to be helpful, they found out that not everybody can be helped, and especially when you can't help yourself.
Those are wise words. Besides helping you find the stolen scepter, is there anything else you can tell us about what they were seeking? Because we heard they were asking for your place by name.
I'll start out with my little pile of 10.
Okay. Yes, they had been given a. They transported a message to me, and like I said, they I had a relic of a scepter stolen from me, and they were able to retrieve it. They then had a clash with the Grimmerzool clan. Quite a ruckus. Almost got the mages involved. But they were able to quickly dispatch the dwarves at the dwarven trading post. A lot of business shut down after that. Quite sad, but I do understand they weren't quite on the same way of thinking as the dwarves were, but they went to the off to kind of fool's errand to assault the dwarven outpost, if you would believe that somebody would be such crazed to do so.
That does
And
seem
that
quite strange.
was the last of them.
Add
The-
another 10.
The dwarven outpost in the labyrinth.
Yes, well, like I said, here in the Seven Pillared Hall, there was a trading post. Like a lot of us, we have trading posts, different things. The Grimmerzul trading post here, they just went in and had differences with the dwarves, and the trading post has not been resettled since then. And
What
then
did they specialize in?
the dwarven trading post.
Yeah, I mean, did they just have a problem with the dwarves themselves, or with what they were selling?
I guess a bit of both, maybe. I mean, they're the dwarves. They trade in what dwarves trade in: ores, gemstone, liquor, poison, slaves, the normal things.
Okay, that makes sense. I understand. So, the dwarves haven't. Is there any reason why the dwarves haven't sent an envoy to? You don't think that the outpost fell, do you?
I would highly doubt it, but maybe they just decided to, I don't know, keep to themselves, or maybe they're amassing a force to make sure that the trading post doesn't uh, befall the same fate as before.
Mm. Okay.
If you are so so crazy as if you would wish to follow the footsteps of those foolish folk, then hold on, out of character. I need to make sure. Yes, you would wish to take the road of shadows out into the labyrinth. The horned hold lies in that direction.
The horned hold?
Yes.
What is it that you traffic in here, sir?
Oh, the curiosities and relics that have been found within the labyrinth. If you decide to test your luck and don't stay on the well-traveled path and come across things, then perhaps I would be interested in purchasing items.
Okay. Do you sell scrolls?
Uh, Scrolls are a little too, how would you say, they're not things that tend to last, and
Oh,
the
you're talking
things,
truly ancient relics.
correct, things that have withstood the century. You're interested in scrolls and things like that. let me think. No, he's just so overpriced buffoon. Perhaps the Deep Gem Company might
Okay.
fulfill that. Not necessarily that they deal in scrolls, but the dwarves from that clan, the outpost that they have here is ran by a cleric of Ozus, and sometimes the priests and clerics and such will have holy scrolls.
True. True. That was the Deep Gem Company.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I take a look at his items and stuff like that. I have listed as a skill sense magic, but is that a skill or is that a spell?
It's
Both.
both. If you have a percentage, it's a skill. You might also have the actual spell.
Because I don't know if I did it correctly when I made the character, because isn't it a spell that you start with as a wizard or not?
And it is also a skill
A
that they
skill.
get.
So I don't have the spell. I'm wondering if I just forgot to put it on to take the spell, or what? Because I just have the starting spells. So the spells that I have listed is Globe of Daylight, Decipher Magic, Cloud of Slumber, and Tongues.
Oh, maybe it was Decipher Magic. Maybe I.
Okay. And then so I'll roll the skill because that's not me going hoogada boogada in front of the guy.
Correct.
Not like I will take my time as I peruse his goods, if that's okay.
That's fine.
Because I not a good chance on this at all. That is the modifier?
The time is called time.
Yep, I found it. So I will just peruse his goods and look at the thing, and I'm just going to take a good look so that if I see anything like this out there, I know what you're looking for. That we might better help each other. Yeah, I can't tell.
There's too much, like you being
Right.
a like you said, a fledgling wizard.
Right.
There's too much magic background type thing, and it's just really hard to focus.
Right, and I do though take a good look at the stuff that he's got out and say, if we do head out that way, since we have to give them a message, then I will keep an eye out, and maybe we'll deal in the future. Thank you for the information about the dwarven outpost.
Okay. And Coal Main is 200 solidi lighter.
Wow.
Okay.
I would be in negative numbers long ago.
Who's next? Let's do stuff.
Do you see where I'm at?
That's what I'm trying to. Can you ping? Do you know where you are?
Yeah, I'm in a room.
In a room?
Yeah, in a room. There's a door that was open, so I walked in.
Are you
Okay.
were you dark green?
I'm by a fireplace and like a table with writing like a letter on it.
Wait. Wow, this map is freaking
Ah,
huge.
yes, you're at your house, House Azia.
Oh, you went back there? Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, that's the first time he's been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's the one with the Tufeling that they had just previously. This is another provisioner. This is where you get not the basics of adventuring, but kind of the more specialized thing. As somebody who has studied circles and stuff, this is where you would be able to, get the necessary ingredients, paints and inks and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
This is where Cole Main bought the chalk or charcoal, sticks and stuff like that,
Okay.
right?
Oh, so they got wax then, like candle wax.
Yeah, they would have.
Maybe.
If you look, I can scroll down on the equipment. This is
Yeah.
where on page 72, like the writing instruments,
72.
others,
Yep.
all that type of stuff would be in there. Possibly also like the toys, games, jewelry. It would not be like the, traveling items, work tools, containers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that would be all things just at the basic book price.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where were other people going?
Just follow Cassius around.
Let's see. I'm just
You lead the way, good man.
okay. I'm trying to think where to get like actual useful stuff for adventuring. Like, well, I have a feeling if we're going in the labyrinth, some rope might be useful.
So more of the basic supplies,
Yeah.
not the specialized supplies.
Yep. The basic.
So,
And every time I scroll
Would
out,
that be Dreskin the Provisioner?
he's food.
no, he's food.
Oh, he's just food.
Yeah, and he sells food too.
I
Oh,
have some rope.
So currently, that would also be one of the places or things that the Deep Gem Company would provide.
Okay.
They would do all types of adventuring gear, from arms and armor to ropes and like pittons and things for climbing and pickaxes and all the generic that adventuring equipment.
Okay, so now I have to find the Deep Gem Company. Because
They are right immediately south along the wall from the entrance.
south along the wall from the entrance.
That you came through.
So it's somewhere
Take a
along.
nature break, guys. I'll be back.
What was that?
I think Bob was taking a nature break.
Oh,
All right.
Yes.
Let's see.
Right there.
Right there. Okay. I just lucked into getting there since I was just. All right. Okay. I'll
So
speak to
the Deep Gem Company has 6 dwarves kind of milling around. One of them is while not wearing exactly religious garbs, there is an quite old dwarf who has a symbol of Phosis, which is the dwarven crafting god. He's wearing that. It looks like he's probably a retired cleric or something, kind of past the prime, and he is kind of the main person. But then you have a couple of people, a couple of dwarves who are tending to weapons and armor, and then the other three are tending to the basic stuff.
Okay. All right. Now I need to come up with a proper shopping list. Oh. Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh. Yeah, give me a couple minutes to figure out exactly what I need, and I will.
Sure.
Yeah. Yep. Since I suddenly realized I probably should have like sheaths and such for all the blades I'm carrying. Yeah.
Now this map I got off of, I want to say, the Cartographers Guild.
Mhm.
It just looked a lot better than the one that is normal for this area, and then the detail was so fine that I was able to just zoom, make it huge, basically.
Yep.
And it just, I don't know. Then I added all the lights with Foundry and doors and walls and stuff. I
Yep.
think it's pretty darn cool looking.
Okay. Let's see. Now. All right. And this is where I realize I don't have a writing instrument.
So
Implement.
for Solus and Gonsdor,
Yeah.
if you go over, it would be pretty much west. Like I said, south of the entrance that you came in through. That is the Deep Gem Company.
Yeah, I'm where Cassius is.
Are you? Oh, I was looking at I was zoomed out and I thought.
Sir Emery
else.
is by me.
Yeah, if you continue west, then you will also reach the Deep Gem Company.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
Ah, yeah.
Yep. All right. Oh, is the grapple in line what you'd use to climb? Just.
Yeah.
Line. Let's see. All right.
And he would be willing to attempt sell scrolls. Sorry, he would sell scrolls. Any level 1 spell for 100, and any level 2 spell for 300 ability.
Ooh.
Everything I have left for level 1.
What level spell is a Mend Stone spell?
Mendstone is a. Actually, hold on, because I might. That brought up a thing that I might need to change.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so yes, he would have he would offer those spell magics. He could also write scrolls for water and earth elemental magic. You might not be able to learn those as wizards, but you could have them as scrolls. Also, first and second level that he would be able to do. Mend Stone is a specific earth elemental spell. That is, let me.
Since I can't be healed by normal means,
Right.
I'd kind of like to have some backup.
Mend Stone is a 4th level
Oh, good Lord.
spell. Let me.
All right.
He would be willing, seeing that you are a crystalline, and that is not necessarily a spell that could be a 4th level spell used against the Deep Gem Company. He would be willing to sell scrolls for Mend Stone for 800 solidi.
Oh,
Each.
Lordy. Each. Is there any other magic that he has that would be able to heal me?
No.
Well, I've got the funds. I'll take I'll take 4 of them.
Okay.
And that takes a
Sun's door.
big bite of my. If I buy 4, could I get a discount?
No, he doesn't. They don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I just sent you a shopping list with the book total price for
And
all.
which of the dwarven languages do you speak, Colmaine?
Both of them.
Both of them. So
Yep.
he would write these in Kurtz, KRZT,
Okay.
so that you could read it and cast it upon yourself.
So I don't need somebody else to do it.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Yep.
So we're Solus and or Gonsdor buying any scrolls?
Yeah.
It's literally all of my money to buy a level 1.
Yeah, that's fine, Cassius. It's just book price.
Okay.
So.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Oh, and because it has been asked, the 7-pillared hall is, while it's not a bustling commerce area, it is not Fallcrest, which is kind of in the middle of farmers. This actually does go, there through the labyrinth. You can go down to various, underground clans, kingdoms, whatever, forts, whatever you want to call places that, are sovereign nations or organizations, whatnot. So, there's kobolds, there's dwarves, there's various elves, etc. And so the Deep Gem Company would sell gems, because I know there were a few people that had tons of money that wanted to convert in gems, and that's not quite done in Fall Crest, but here that would be possible.
Cool.
So if you look on, and it's strictly by weight, so it's not kind of our system where a 3-carat diamond is like 20 times what a 1-carat diamond it is, just weight. But the precious stones are on page 73
Yeah.
per carat. If you wish to, buy some gems so you're not carrying a ton of weight. I will say, selling a couple here and there in Fallcrest would be fine. Trying to sell it all at once, you're going to flood the market and make it not worth very much at all. But down here, if you do things within the 7-pillared hall, that's another story.
So with scroll conversion,
Yes.
it's destroyed if you fail, right?
Correct. But you can do it when you cast, like, say you're in a situation that you're actually going to cast that scroll, you can do that scroll conversion at that time.
Right.
You could just do it at any time, but if you save it until you need the scroll, you get
the
that
any
chance.
time would give you you could do taking your time and all that stuff.
You can do the non-stress, but you can't do taking your time. Once you start reading it, you have to finish it. You can't go slow. Grimoires are what you can use the taking time if you find spell books out in the wild.
So the way you learn spells is either the ritual that you do as a wizard, being taught by another wizard, or buying scrolls from priests.
Or figuring it out from grimoires.
Right.
Yeah, there's four ways. The scroll conversion, which is casting a spell from a scroll and then figuring it out really fast. That's also what's used for grimoires, which you can actually take your time to do because you're not casting the spell from a grimoire. Grimoires are more of notes that you're figuring out that another wizard out there did. You can learn it from another wizard, whether that's a trade or a favor or money, whatever. The priest can possibly train you, and then the magic cauldron.
Okay. So
which is
my
fun.
chances on the scroll are so low. I don't know that it's worth my last 100 coins. Gonsdor, how good are you at describing scrolls? Or converting scrolls, sorry.
Did Jason hear that? Or is he looking?
What?
Is he...
I asked Gonsdor in character, how trained is he in the conversion of scrolls? I am very poor at it myself. do you feel confident in your abilities? Like maybe if I bought a scroll that you didn't know, you could learn it and then teach it to me?
Do you see your percentage, Jason? Jason hear that, or he's not responding?
He might be reading. He might have him out in a different window.
It looked like he dropped.
Yeah. So if
That
he agrees,
it would need to be commissioned.
Ah, okay. And that would take a good deal of time to make. Okay. Do they have anything like that? Well, do they have any weapons available for purchase? Well, any higher quality weapons?
Oh,
Message for you, sir.
they would have +1s.
Oh,
You know, like a +1 damage or a +1 parry. They would
but
not
no.
have, but none,
They, yeah.
but not a combination.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
welcome back.
Okay.
Did you hear?
Had a
me?
total loss of connection. No, my connection just went down.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
So I asked Gonsdor. I said,
Twice.
twice I asked Gonsdor.
3 times now.
How confident are you in your conversion of scrolls? Like, what are the odds you would give that if, say, I bought one and let you convert it so that you could teach me? Because,
Like a convoluted way of getting things done.
well, it is a difficult thing, and I did not excel at scroll conversion in my classroom. I am in the bottom 8 percentile of my classroom.
That's pretty bad.
It is horrible. If I'm not stressed, I can probably boost that. Is that 10 or 20?
I believe it's 10.
If I'm not stressed, I jump up to the to the bottom 5th, but that's still not great.
Yeah, it's best when you're not stressed.
But
Scrolls are difficult.
They are. Grimoires are easier, I've heard, but
Yes.
I've never seen one. I guess I keep my own. I don't know.
It could be invisible and you just don't know you have it.
That is true. because I do not have the spell that would let me see things that are invisible. Well,
What
I will visit again when when I have more shall we say
what spell are you looking for
well, I've been trying to
in
be
particular?
so charming to the people of this town and not really being all that successful. I've heard tell of a magic that will improve that ability almost twice-fold. Charismatic aura.
Oh,
It just makes people like you. Well, it helps people to like you, I guess. It just brings out that inner charm, right?
that is true. Yes.
But I mean,
Uh,
I figured it could help in a situation where we're in now.
how do you teach, or can?
Well,
Uh,
my master sat down and slowly went over the spell with me. I would probably say more times than the other students, I'm sure. But sooner or later, I learned the basics that they teach all wizards.
yes, yes. We all had to start somewhere.
Yes. And I am not looking forward to the other option for learning spells at all that I can say.
So what you would do with that is like for a grimoire is considered like a modifier of a positive medium. Learning from a person, you could up to 5 times the amount of time to give yourself a plus 20. Non-stressful, I think, is a plus 10, and you could turn the instead of a positive medium with an actual trainer there, teacher, it would be a positive major.
Oh,
Whatever that would make your scroll
later.
convergent.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to, and it's 15 minutes per level of the spell. So if you quadruple that, that's an hour and 15 minutes to take to attempt to learn a level 1 spell.
So, and my master always told me I barely qualified for his class and always took extreme distaste in teaching me. But I did learn.
You could.
Solus actually would have
Maybe.
been trained by the same person who trained Jason's old character, Crandor.
We can talk later.
Okay. For right now, my pockets are awful shallow for trying to get anything right now, or the chances are at least dismal.
So if maybe I purchase the scroll, and how does that work? Like he would, like I would teach him the scroll, or like
You would have to learn it first, and then you would teach me from your knowledge.
If you know the spell,
yes,
you have to know the spell. So then all you would do is teach him. He would add all the bonuses that apply to his scroll conversion skill and use that, even though it's technically not a scroll. Learning is based off of that same percentage.
Okay, so no scroll is actually needed if I know the spell.
Correct, yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's what was confusing me, I think.
Right. And that takes my like 8% up to, you know, something reasonable.
Yeah, it's like when you were trying to learn that the
Yeah.
spell that when you cast the scroll and the dwarven holt.
Yep.
But we should talk. And by the way, I am open to any tips or tricks you might have. Like, I will definitely at some point try to be able to see the invisible to find out if there is invisible grimoires in this world.
Wouldn't that suck if you learn that spell and they're just like laying all over the place,
They're everywhere.
and you're like, what?
That's why I kept tripping over.
It'd be like, oh, so that's magic. No, he told me the truth.
I am
Is it
looking
possible to
at.
get exceptional weapons here?
The exceptional superior weapons, dwarven manufactured, they would do the only thing that they would have would be things that are +1 damage, or yeah, that's basically it. Like the very basic. If you wanted to commission, then you could commission one, but they don't necessarily have, you know, a vast array of superior weapons just ready to
Right.
be purchased at all types and all sizes.
If I commissioned one and bought one, could I trade the one that I bought in for part of the price of the commissioned one?
It would count as scrap metal if you just look at the weight of what you have and what the weapon is under an equipment where there is the unprocessed metal per ounce. Figure out what that would be. That would be the highest amount of discount you would get, because they wouldn't sell something that they did not make themselves. The materials of it.
No.
Sir Emery,
Yes, sir.
you feel something scratching at the lower back of your, like where your top of your boot is. Your, the
Something over here.
lower right leg, right, you know, kind of where your boot and pants meet.
No, Squeak.
Well, he's gonna check that out, whatever the heck that is.
So you kind of look, you turn around and kind of look behind you, and there is you almost mistake it for Cassius, but it is a smaller kobold, and he kind of waves something up at you, because I mean you are very large, he is very small.
Oh.
And he looks to be, I don't know, waving paper or scroll or something at you.
Well,
It's for you, for you, for you.
All right, hand it over.
So you bend over, and there is a piece of parchment.
Well, let's take a look at this. Is it some writing I understand?
What languages can you read?
Moment.
Or I can look to see if you can.
The Vale. That's the one. Vale.
Okay, so you actually can read it.
Aha!
There and as soon as he hands it to you, he kind of turns and runs off. Kind of look like a probably an adolescent kobold, and you look. It's it's not a kobold-sized piece of paper. It's like a human size, which is still small to you. But
Yep.
you kind of squint, and you're right there by that sign, giving off the purplish light, so you can kind of read, and it says, it is noted who you are trying to find, and I am in position of power in the organization behind the actions that led to their demise. But if you are interested, I would wish to help you defeat my comrades so I could ascend. I have been seeking a way out and up in this organization, and perhaps you can help me. Follow the attached map so that we can meet in secret. And the second page has a very crude map from the seven-pillared hall out into the labyrinth leading off of the road of shadows down a small side corridor and into an area that is marked.
See.
Squeak. Go
I
on.
have a map. Perhaps this is the direction we need to go.
Sir Emery's just over there talking to himself.
I guess so, yeah.
Well, I think I've found the direction we can go now, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Joe.
Yep. What's up? Oh yeah, the message.
Yeah.
600.
That's all?
1000% of 60, yes.
Okay.
And that's a surcharge over the base cost of the weapon.
So it's 660.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Lehman, I would like to commission a weapon.
Okay.
A +6 two-handed hammer.
Okay.
So if we all end up gathering together, then certainly, yes, that does look like our most fruitful lead so far.
And you
Okay, there are.
had been told that the place that they did go was off of the Road of Shadows as well. So for Cold Main, they would require him to either cough up his hammer now or pay the full price and then sell the hammer.
I will pay the full price so I can hang on to my hammer for the time being.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much were the scrolls again?
It was what did I say, 100 for
Each level?
for level 1, and what was it 3? Did I say 300 for level 2?
Yes. And Gonsdor, if you are buying the scroll I suggested, I will pay half for that.
That is not needed.
Okay.
But thank you for the offer. I may or may not know it already. We'll have to see.
That is true. Life is a mystery.
Purchase all this. Sure, why not?
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Well, folks, I've got this map. Perhaps we should use it.
So after you commission with the Deep Gem dwarves, and what scroll were you wanting to buy? You can either tell me or write it. Okay. So you purchased a bunch of scrolls.
I'll take one of those and one of those and one of those and one
Well,
of those.
he doesn't have them ready, but they can be ready by the time you go do your stuff and come back.
If we come back.
Yeah. I am very optimistic, I can see.
Alright, I'll minus cost.
Yeah, they'll want the cost up front.
Yep. I'm only carrying a little bit here, so.
Writing down.
Leaving.
Yes.
I'm going to commission a knife as well.
Okay.
+2 strike plus parry.
Anthony, what's your character's name again?
Solus,
Solus. Alright.
as in comfort.
And in that case, I'll give them the knife and buy one from them?
Well, again, it would need to be commissioned. But
Well, you said that they have available the most basic ones.
yes, a +2 to strike and parry is not
Right. I'm commissioning that.
right.
And you said I could either give them my weapon or they could do it from scratch. Right?
Well, they're going to build it for scrap. It's just that
Oh,
if you
okay.
wanted to give them your weapon, they will use it as raw material. Meaning they will sell your thing not as a weapon but as scrap metal.
Okay. I'll just keep mine then and pay the full.
But
No.
if I understood it correctly, you said you wanted a knife that was +2 to strike and parry.
Correct.
So that is not a basic.
No.
I said I was commissioning it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a plus 2,000% markup.
Well, knives are only 10
Yeah.
S.
So that's 210 for that.
Yep.
Yeah. Not too bad, but
I'm getting it mostly for the parry.
yeah.
It's not the primary weapon anyway, so
Okay. So, are you after you commission all that stuff, then are you heading out into the labyrinth following the map that was given to Sir Emery?
Yep, this does not feel like a trap in any way, sort of form.
Of course it's not like a trap. And if it is a trap, they wouldn't expect us to be stupid enough to walk headlong into it.
Exactly.
So we must surprise them with how stupid we actually are.
That has worked. In Anthony's Earth Dawn game, we were so incompetent trying to sneak around and spy on people that they completely underestimated us. And then when we actually got in a fight, we beat them really fast and easy because they just did not expect it.
Most of them turned and ran as fast as they could.
Yeah.
But it's because, like, seriously, all of our rolls for, like, stealth and spying and talking and everything was just, like, mishap after mishap after mishap.
Rules of one, all that stuff.
Wow. Yeah. It's like, yeah, so we're not so good at this stuff. You know what we are good at? Thump.
Yeah. Okay, so since we are coming close to time, I wasn't expecting, but it's fine this to be a shopping night in a new. It's like everything pretty much offered in Fallcrest is offered here, but it's a new shiny place, so let's do shopping here.
Yeah.
But
we're at a shopping mall.
Yeah,
what we will do is if the players tonight, the next time all of you are here together, if Bauer's here, he can get his character in easily. We will continue from here. If not, then we will do a different adventure with different characters. Okay?
Sounds good.
Okay, yep.
So I will go ahead and stop the recording.